Good morning, everybody. Going on my morning stroll with the dog and just gonna share some thoughts going into the new year, if it being January 1st. So, I originally got into the hobby to kind of just give me a way and a thing to do to occupy my time and to kind of basically take care of my mental health, be some self-care while starting becoming a parent. And so I've been in the hobby since I had my two sons and a little before that. And for me, it's a lot about just like having a thing that helps me reset and helps me get my mind right. And I really want to kind of get more involved in certain ways this coming year with that. And so, with that being said, I kind of wanted to come on today and just kind of talk about and share my goals for 2026. So, one of the big things that I'm wanting to do is look into starting a new 40K army. So, I have a few options that I'm going to share with you guys. So, here's kind of the first one in the background is obviously one of the things I'm thinking about. So, I kind of love painting red. It's like probably my favorite color to paint. And so, been wanting to be a Filthy Tau player for a while, and so the building a Farsight Enclave army is just really appealing to me. I have this like kind of like mantra for always wanting to play the good guys, and I feel like that Commander Farsight kind of fits that mold pretty well, while still giving me like a different style of play than what I'm used to. I usually play a bunch of melee heavy armies, and so this would give me like a new way of playing the game to kind of like fix my palette and be able to get into something different. So this is definitely one I'm heavily considering. I mean, you can get like Battle Force boxes pretty easy for Tau. There's definitely a lot to access, but I do know it would be quite the undertaking. It would take me a while to actually get it playable, but that's okay. That's one of the things I'm considering. Let's look at one of the next options. Okay, so hear me out. Again, I love painting red, so this is another thing I'm considering, and that is playing the Red Corsairs when they come out. That could give me some time to prepare for it. I think could be really cool, and I love the whole like space pirate vibe. That's kind of my thing, and one of the things I really like about the game is that being an option. And so the Red Corsairs is something I'm heavily considering. It'll be like some new fancy models. They'll be fun to paint. This guy probably could be even like my like first attempt at like a solo like competition piece or something if I wanted to start getting more into that part of the painting hobby, which is something I'd eventually like to do. So this is definitely something I'm considering. And then the third option, we're just going to briefly discuss because I don't really have it very much in the planning stages. I love the like Drukhari / Eldari like space pirate armies as well, and for the same vein. So like the Inari here, I love the models of these two. I don't know if they're like a safe thing to look into going into 11th edition. So if you know anything about that or give me some advice on that, I'd appreciate it. But that's another thing is just I love the idea of doing like different color themed like pirate ships of different boats and like color coordinating the units that would be with them and stuff. So that's something I've wanted to do for a long time too. So maybe that would be the route I go. Could be like Drukhari or Eldar focus, not really sure. But yeah, that's kind of my three options I'm looking at. And so that's one of my main goals is to start the new 40K army. And those are like the options I'm considering. I'm going to be probably trying to put more time into 40K than into Infinity on actually playing wise, but I am going to keep doing my series on TikTok and on YouTube about the Infinity profile breakdown. So I really want to try to like spread more awareness on the game and try to help build up more players here locally. So I'm also hoping to look into maybe considering trying to become a war core myself, or at least look into starting to host events. Maybe with more of a narrative theme than competitive play, but we'll see. Thoughts in the mix. And then the last thing I'm looking at doing this year, my like final hobby goal, is I'm wanting to start a podcast. So I've been talking to a friend, and we've been kind of brainstorming ideas for it. And it's something I really feel really strongly about doing because we want it to be focused on talking about gaming and parenting and balancing those. And so I feel like it's kind of a unique space that I'd really like to get into. And I think it's the kind of thing that I would like to listen to while I'm just painting and doing stuff like that. So that's kind of meant to be the objective. Is it would be talk about all the different hobbies that we have, from card gaming to tabletop, mini wargaming, like all flavors. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'd love to get some feedback, some input from you guys on what you guys think about that idea and what you'd like to see come out of that. So again, in summary, looking at starting a new 40K army. I am hoping to be starting a podcast, and then I'm going to keep making content here on TikTok, and maybe eventually switching over to more YouTube focus once I can get maybe some more subscribers there. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So let me hear what you guys have planned for your 2026 down in the comments. I'd love to hear about it. Let me know if you're going to be starting a new army, if you're going to be taking on any new undertaking or any big New Year's resolutions. Love to hear about it. All right, see you guys.